What was the most heartbreaking conversation you had with a classmate that still crushes you? Jacob used to be the most popular guy in school, and it wasn't just because he was good looking or great at sports. He knew how to get along with everyone: nerds, band geeks, arts kids, theater kids, even teachers. But last year, something happened that no one could explain. Jacob suddenly showed up to school completely different. He had dark rings around his eyes like he hadn't been sleeping. He ignored every person who said hi to him in the halls. He even started getting into physical fights with people he used to call his friends. Everyone started avoiding him, including me, until one Thursday after English class. He'd left his notebook on his chair and no one else seemed to notice. I picked it up, hoping to give it back, but then I saw what was written inside and completely froze. I can't do this anymore. Everything hurts too much. I'm so sorry. Written in black, messy handwriting, my hand started shaking. Each page talked about giving up, wanting everything to stop, and I felt sick reading it. I knew I had to do something. I showed my best friend Andrea the notebook. She shook her head. Don't get involved. He got suspended last semester for fighting. But I couldn't forget how he helped me 3 years ago when I had a panic attack during a presentation. He stayed with me in the hallway until I stopped crying. She sighed. Just promise me you'll walk away if it gets bad. I nodded. I found Jacob after school walking to the parking lot with his hood up and headphones on. I jogged to catch up. Hey, wait up, let's walk home together. He looked down at me, then walked faster. I followed anyway, talking about homework and the weather and anything I could think of. When he turned onto his street, I waved and yelled, "See you tomorrow." He never responded. The next day at lunch, I sat across from him with my tray. He stared at me for 3 seconds, picked up his stuff, and moved to another table. My friends waved from across the room and mouthed, "Give up." But I couldn't. That afternoon in PE, I tried jogging next to him on the track. But the second he saw me, he sprinted away like I was a serial killer. But small changes started happening. On the fourth day of walking home, he slowed down enough that I could keep up. When I sat at his lunch table, he stayed instead of moving. He started removing his headphones around me while I rambled. At some point, Jacob finally asked, "What do you want from me?" My heart,
But he was wrong. He'd already started softening up. The old Jacob, the one who'd light up the room, slowly started coming back. And I thought, mission accomplished, another life saved. But it wasn't the case. One Friday we were hanging out at the library when he spotted it in my bag. "What's this?" He reached over and slowly pulled out the notebook. His eyes widened. "Why do you have this?" I felt my heart quicken. I was going to give it back, I swear. But he stood up fast, the chair scraped loud against the floor. "But what?" Then he paused. "Oh, I see what this is. You read it. You read it and turned me into your little pity party, huh? So this whole time everything you did was because you read this?" I shook my head furiously. "Please, it's not like that." "Then what is it like?" His voice got louder. People were starting to stare. "You felt sorry for me, thought you'd be some hero and save the broken kid." "That's not fair," I shouted back. "Not fair?" He laughed bitterly. "You know what's not fair? You pretending to be my friend. You invaded my privacy, read something incredibly personal, and then stalked me for weeks." He stopped. Then his voice softened. "And I believed you." The tears I'd been fighting back suddenly started falling. "I was trying to help you," I begged. "I didn't ask for your help. I didn't ask for any of this." His shoulders started shaking.